to the captain's quarters.
The recording has started.
How do I raise my testosterone?
Wow. All right. So that's
check.
not great.
All right, I think we should take a moment of silence for our dear friend Reed. And
Yeah, Rip
I
Reed.
agree.
we should definitely start this off. Rip Reed. We love
Rip
you,
Reed.
Reed. But,
He's not dead. His microphone's just terrible.
yeah, when you're out there in
So as good as
Alaska,
dead.
you're not allowed to connect to the rest of the world. So, Rip Reed, maybe next time.
Thank you for your service.
Oh fuck! Hold on. Never mind. I really fucked this up. Hold up. I forgot to start the recording for the webcams.
Oh my god. All right, we get a second chance at this.
All right.
All right, Rip Reed. You know, what's the Weston one? Rip God.
Shout
Rip
out to
Weston.
God. Shout out to us.
Ah, fuck!
All right, have we
I just
started?
lowered my chair into my ankle. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Where's your cures for Reed, everybody?
cures for Reed. Cores for Reed or cures for Reed?
Cures?
Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of the Captain Quarters. We are joined by, now I can point at people and now you'll know their usernames. Kalen, or Cattle Pleasure, the guy that pleasures cattle. We have, you guys know him, up-and-coming streamer of the year, Crash Carl, or Ryan.
Yo.
He's eating, so I went
It's
to
pretty
him
unprofessional,
second.
but no, whatever.
We have Cody encoding himself, Hunter. It's good. It's blue steel.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what I
terrible.
wanted to do.
And then we have the Ancient of Days, Davis.
On my screen, you just put in a Kalen.
I did.
Oh, well, fuck your screen. This is the recorded screen. It's all that matters.
Here's Kalen. There's Tommy. Connor, you're right there.
You just put
I'm
it
front and
right.
center because I feel like I'm in the middle of a conference right now. This is beautiful. Reed tried to join us. I think his username is just Reed24. But his microphone is not doing well in his Alaskan internet. Unfortunately, I think his router got eaten by a moose or something, so he's not able to join us this week.
So everybody keep reading your prayers and your thoughts and thank him for
Only
his
Reed
service.
don't.
And,
Do you write down your prayers on her?
yeah. Should we talk about them?
Yeah, do it. What's prayer number 5?
Hold on. Let me get my notebook. Prayer number 5 is for more coors.
Oh fuck. I like that. All right, Kalen, we started with you. What'd you do this week?
Still very much an essential worker. And from that, really nothing. Just working on a project that's due Tuesday. And
Wow.
yeah, a whole lot of nothing. I would say pretty boring.
You've been doing a ton of Factorio.
Oh, I have been playing the shit out of Factorio, making a mega base. It's coming along nicely, with the Crastorio mod, mind you, and it's coming along, slowly but steadily. Lots, it's going solid. I'm excited for what the future holds.
That's good. May the pollution be low and the insects be few.
You want the pollution high. That means it's working.
No. You just piss off the earth.
That's the point.
Ryan, what'd you do this week?
Excellent timing. I just finished my burrito.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know. It was last week of school. Well, I still technically have until Wednesday, and I have one thing due on then, but I finished all my tests. So that was good. I started. You know, what I started watching was Fear Factor. You know,
Oh God, no.
OG
can't do it.
2001, 2002.
Oh,
Fear Factor. I'm not that far into it, and I haven't seen anything too extreme. So I am, although I am aware of how that show got canceled, and I'm wondering how they get from the point that I'm at now until to that
wait.
point.
Why did it get canceled?
You want me to tell you?
Wait. No, hold on. What show are we talking about?
Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah.
The Joe Rogan show.
He talked about it once on his podcast about why it got canceled. But go on.
Yeah, one of the things was they gave these two girls, their challenge was you either drink donkey semen or donkey piss.
I remember that one.
They both picked donkey cum.
What? Why?
Well, it's the nature of the show. But yeah, I'm not that far into it. I'm only like the halfway through the first season. But it really is pretty hardcore sometimes, honestly. Like like the very first episode, like the big finale is them dangling a car above like a dam, and they're like it's like at an angle, and it's raining water on it, and there's all these different like things on the fucking car they have to rip off, and if you do it, then you win, and pretty much everyone fell off and almost died. Like some of that shit was extreme, very extreme. They're like the very first one was they were like we got two horses. There's a rope being hanging from behind it to hold on while it drags you through the streets. So
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but it's enjoyable. It's very funny to watch.
I can't think of shows like that. There was a spawn off of that where like they did things to people in like complete darkness. Like so it's completely dark and they have to make their way or they have to smell or they have to like feel something and guess what it is. And one of the funniest scenes is this dude bent over in front of the hole and the guy goes in to sniff what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, ass? And then it's like, correct. And he just looks at the camera like super panicked.
Well, my question is, could Fear Factor happen now? Do you think we could do Fear Factor?
They tried to bring it back with Ludacris, but I don't think it came back very well.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot Ludacris was.
Yeah, I think that was like a pre-YouTube TV. Like, I think there's definitely like when YouTube really started popping, all of that crazy shit just started moving to the internet. Like, network TV.
Also, a shit ton of animal abuse. Like,
dude, so I mean, just eating like cockroaches and shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. They would just be like, Joe, we're gonna be like, all right, well, we're gonna put a bunch of rats in a hole, and you're gonna jump in the hole on top of all of them, and hope that they don't fucking eat you. And these rats are like fucking, they're freaking out and they're panicking, they're pissing and shitting all over the place while you're just like stepping on them and stuff. Or there's just like a big old tub full of fucking worms, and they're like, well, now you gotta eat 6 of them. It's like,
I can't imagine a time where you could drink cum on TV and like millions of Americans would just say, "Oh, what? Are they going to drink the donkey cum?" Like,
yeah. All right, hold on. I need to.
So, would you guys drink the cum or the piss?
This.
How much pit is it? Like a full fucking.
No. It was
hold on. Is there echo? What the fuck?
It was only a little bit. It was like they gave you a cup, and it was less than a quarter.
But regardless,
both the piss and semen.
Yeah, but I think it was like a little over of a shot.
I think I'll probably take the piss.
I would too.
Wait, so it's a shot glass of semen and like a liter glass of piss?
No, the same volume is what I am interpreting.
Oh, well, it's the same volume. Yeah, you definitely drink the piss.
Yeah, you drink the piss.
It's not even a question.
You drink the piss.
Why would they drink the cum?
One.
I think if you drink the cum, you've got a problem.
I'm down.
Well, the chicks, they both picked the cum. And it's funny, too, because there's a hilarious
I bet
picture.
those are some dirty birds.
Dude, they are appalled with themselves. They are just, their tears are pouring out of their eyes, and you see their eyeliner running as they're drinking the cum. It is hilarious.
That's pretty cool. I'm glad NBC put that on TV.
Yep. So it's pretty understandable why they decided that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
The donkey's back.
Yeah, the donkey's back.
Well, that's the problem with that kind of show, though. You just have to vamp it up over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, we've already seen the rat pit.
Yeah.
Give us something new.
Get the donkey cum!
I found the clip, and I have to say that's some pretty dehydrated piss.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless,
I don't think we can pull that one up, but
I think that's the lesser of evil.
Yeah.
Can you put? Is that if it's on YouTube? I mean, that's where this is going. It's not like we're streaming.
If it's on YouTube,
I don't know. I don't know if we want to pull that up.
Probably not a good idea.
All right. Anyways,
so yeah, that's what I've been watching this week to keep myself
instead
entertained.
of Waco,
Instead of Waco, yeah, I should have been watching
piece of
Waco
shit.
instead of crazy. I highly recommend it though. It's a lot of fun. It's on Hulu. They just put it on there all the episodes.
I can't do the bug ones, dude. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can
I
see
used
that.
to watch that shit like every day, and it's so crazy to think like I was
Oh my god.
8 years old watching people eat fucking dicks and drink cum and shit. Like
Shove
TV.
live cockroaches into their mouth
Yeah.
in the promise of money.
Eat this bull dick for $40,000.
All right.
I don't know if this is a clip that you're referring to, Ryan, but I just watched a little bit of it, and they're playing horseshoes to see what volume of liquid you need to.
Oh god.
Oh,
And then one of them just completely biffed in and threw the horseshoe right off. 30 fucking ounces.
Oh my god. Of cum?
Cum?
That's this. That is this much cum.
That's a lot of fun. It was like a beer stein of cum.
Oh.
And she
Wait. Did you say 30?
This is 32.
Three
but-
Yeah, this is 32.
yeah.
That's a lot.
oh God, the consistency is just bleh.
All right.
Yeah. Are you allowed to vomit? Can you vomit? Like, if you could power through that with vomiting once or twice, I might be able to muscle through it, but I have to, like, hold all that cum down? That's not going to happen.
You win $50,000 if you do it.
Is $50,000 worth cum poops, Ryan?
Oh,
I don't know,
my
man.
God. It would be coming out of your nose and everything. Oh.
You also just think about this is on national television. Like you were
Some of the best television.
national, everybody sees you drinking all that cum.
Oh God.
All your family
Everyone will
members,
know.
everyone will know.
You go back to your office job, and everybody's like, congrats on winning that Fear Factor vote.
Congrats on the 50K.
Was the new car really worth it?
Nobody respects you after watching you drink 30 ounces of bull cum on TV.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to watch this on mute, and I think I figured out a key puzzle piece here. So it's twins. It's one of them gets to have 30 ounces of piss. One of them has to drink 30 ounces of cum. So I think you don't choose. You just
You fought for it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So now this dude's
Why?
up, and he's
Wait. Or they're twins, so they're sisters.
yes.
So
I
legitimately,
feel
can
you.
you ever forgive your sibling for the rest of your life that for $50,000 shows the piss over that, and that's what you're
No.
left
They
with?
don't choose.
Oh, they don't.
No, I'm pretty sure it's assigned to them because someone's got to someone has to make the first choice. You know, I bet one of them picked the piss.
How alpha is the person that just goes balls to the wall like first pick, just straight up
Give me
chooses
the cum.
Easy.
Yeah, it's thick. Like,
Easy.
All right.
it's a milkshake.
All right, I'm ready to move on. Please.
What, you know, with some sausage and gravy right now?
No.
Maybe some biscuits?
God, dude, come on.
Thank you, Ryan, for that.
I'm glad the first 13 minutes of our podcast, if anyone's like watch listening to this while eating, just oh, that's that's
Fear
quality.
Factor, pretty cool. Would recommend. I got a couple things I could talk about, but I'm only going to do one just because there's a lot of us here right now. And only because it's super important, but I listened to the third Insane Clown Posse album. This one, Riddlebox. Yeah. This one isn't super important because this album is kind of it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Because at the time they were just looking for a record label, as nobody wanted to give it to them. So this record, while technically official, was one where they were just going to stores and being like, "Will you sell our CDs, please?" And surprisingly, surprisingly, they people did buy their CDs. But anyways, so I think my favorite songs on this one, I have a little list. Do you remember in the last album they had a song called "Chicken Hunting," where it was talking about wanting to have a chopped chicken sandwich, and so they went out. So there was a remix of that one on this one.
Wow.
Updated version, if you will, and that was still probably my favorite song on this album. Toy Box, Three Rings, Headless Boogie, The Joker's Wild, Little Something Something. Nothing as good as Bugs on My Nugs that like really stood out to me, but still, the last album was much better. Next one was definitely better. So yeah, it's an okay album. But the next one is the Great Malenko, which is supposedly their black album, if you will. It has all their biggest hits and everything.
All their merch is just the clown from the album.
Yes. So I'm excited for that. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot to say about that next week.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my week. I'm sure I'll have more things to talk about next week. But
yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, Hunter just decided to go take a hiatus, I guess. So
yeah.
Davis, what did you do this week?
Well, this week started my spring semester, doing that online. Taking a class at Harvard online too, so that's fun. And it's really just, there's not much. Prisoners in our own homes, you know.
How was the flyover?
What do you mean?
How were the planes yesterday?
Oh yeah, so
that was incredibly unprofessional.
Don't know,
I'm sorry.
It was, Hunter, but thank you for apologizing.
God, we're never gonna get sponsorships now.
So, the Blue Angels from the Navy and the Thunderbirds, the Army, I think they are. They all decided to fly over Atlanta.
Yeah, they went right over my apartment.
Yeah,
dead serious, and I didn't realize it was happening.
Right. Well, I went down there with my brother and my dad to watch it from a parking garage, and it was crazy how many people were out there. It was like a summer. It was like a fair. Everyone
it's a good thing we're not like in quarantine or anything.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Like we got up on the parking garage in Northside Hospital, and we got in like a section there was nobody, and it was great. I'll show you all the footage later. But it was just hundreds of people, no masks, with their kids, with their pets. They had picnic blankets out. People were cooking stuff. I'm like, y'all are insane. Like, you know what these jets are for, right? Because of the pandemic. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. Let's celebrate them essential nurses and doctors.
Yeah, and
that way, in about 3 months, they can treat me.
And then it's like the state opened up like 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm just
waiting. Opened up last Friday.
I'm just waiting for wave 2. If this was like a zombie virus,
everybody's waiting. Yeah, I'm in the same. Texas opened up too, so I mean everybody's.
If
just
this was a zombie virus, all of us, well, not us, but everyone else would be dead. Like it's insane.
Yeah, this podcast would be a lot more fun if there were zombies. Let's just put it that way.
And it's just been that yard work, running D&D for a few groups, and because Ryan got me into it, I started to rewatch all the Kristen Weston Chandler documentaries. They came out the new one today. You see it?
Oh, did they? No,
yeah,
I forgot. I wanted to talk with you about that. That is wow.
Have y'all talked about him on the podcast yet?
No, not at all.
Ryan really wanted to talk to you about it.
We'll get into him. I love that person.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about because there's so many variables here. It's like, how do you approach this? Because it's like, all right, so I'm not as caught up with you as you are, Davis, because I'm only watching that documentary, and it's like,
how many documentaries are there?
There's a couple, but
this one is very in depth. They're going to like every single detail of this dude's life.
So the way it works, Tommy, is people have made a couple. There's like a 3-hour doc and a couple others, but there's this one guy that I've been watching. Now Ryan's watching him. He does it like each video is like a 2 or 3 month block, and this has been going on since 2006.
Jesus Christ!
And we're like almost to 2011 on the documentary.
Yeah, it's barely in 2011.
Good Lord!
And the thing is, stuff with Christian is still happening like today.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like, if there's not an HBO series on it by the time I'm in my 60s, I'm going to be mad.
Dude, I think, honestly, he is the most documented person on the internet.
He is. Every action he does.
It's not even close.
And how am I hearing about this only in 2020?
I don't know.
I don't know. And I felt the same way. The whole reason I figured out about it was on the Two Best Friends subreddit, and there was a picture of Pat and Wooly sitting with Christina, because they went to a fest or something last year, or a con that is, and they took a picture of them. And I saw the photo, and it was the first time I ever seen Christina. I was like, this is interesting. Because I saw the Sonichu medallion, and then the long hair, and
I thought Sonichu is dead now.
No,
the medallion was dead.
Yeah, but he just made
he's oh god, man! I don't even.
I'm so lost in this
All right.
conversation.
So lost. No idea what you guys
Well, hang on. Who hasn't done their thing yet? We'll get into it.
Sonichu. How do you not know Sonichu?
I sympathize with the listener right now.
All right, we'll explain once everyone's done with their stuff. Yeah, and then I've been sending my spies over to figure out if Kim Jong's still alive or not. But that's my week.
I think he's dead.
He came out today. What are you talking about?
That's what they
Did
said.
he?
Yeah, there's videos on.
No, the other day they said he made a public appearance, but they just released unpublished pictures of him.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently they
looked
don't
back
even
at the
saw him. They were
archive.
just like, "Hey, here's this picture you saw from earlier, but from like a different angle." So like he's
Okay.
alive.
Just do
The
a
only
fucking
two
press
things are
conference.
either he's too weak and he looks really weak and shitty, and he's going to recover, but they don't want the North Korean people to think that he could become weak or whatever because small
He's
dick.
a literal
I don't know, whatever. But or he's just straight up dead and they're in full on panic mode. And in that case, let the Rule 34 be free.
No.
Just
I feel like the
Of dead Kim Jong-un?
and the other one, they handled their death much more gracefully. What's the difference here? Is it just because it was a medical procedure rather than an instant death?
I think he was just so young.
Yeah, and it's
but
less
he's
of
30.
the
He's
other
like
guys.
30. He's like 37.
Oh, they didn't have a plan in place, you think?
Well, how old was the other guy when he died? Pretty old.
He's in his 60s.
They saw it coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Plus, with like how crazy, like also you have to realize, like imagine that happening in like America during like a pandemic, like it would just
Oh, I
be
can
like
imagine it.
so. Well, yeah, but imagine that like North Korea, they're already like essentially a third world country with like sanitation and all that. So like, I don't, and God knows you're not going to ever get the real numbers of like COVID people in North Korea.
They were
They're just
straight
gonna
up
be like,
denying
"No."
it.
No.
Yeah, they're like, nah, we're North Korean. We can't get COVID.
We don't get that.
No, we don't do that here. So, was there anything else to your week, Davis?
Nah, that's it. I'm just excited to talk about Chris or Christine.
Oh, God.
But I don't know.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Hunter, how was your week, bud?
I'm sure mine was pretty similar to Kaylin's. Still working. I'm also kind of we're planning a project right now, so it's a lot of like reading a bunch of shit and just been reading a lot of shit.
That's exciting.
Been taking a class online. I'm not taking a CRISPR class at Harvard though. I'm just taking a Udemy class. But one thing I did wanted to talk about after listening to last week's podcast was Ryan at one point said that the Avatar movie that M. Night Shyamalan made was good. Ryan said that was an enjoyable film. And it is something we should talk about.
If you actually think that I thought that movie was good, you are
Right, you
are
said
mistaken.
there's recording of you saying
that is a terrible
it
movie.
was one of the worst movies. I think I walked out of that movie, and I think I got my money back. It was horrible. That was one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life, and there was a recording on the internet of you saying it was good, and I just wanted to point that out to you.
You actually thought I was like, does anybody think that movie is good?
No one does, but apparently you do, according to the internet.
That movie's terrible.
Duh.
It's awful.
Wait, hold on. Did you
you
say
watch it?
Wait, you're talking about Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Not the blue people.
That was James Cameron.
No, not
that's
the
the
blue
blue people. This is the last
M. Night
Airbender.
Shyamalan's
Airbender.
The Last Airbender.
M. Night Shyamalan put it together.
James Cameron wasn't terrible.
No, that was a great film.
No.
The opposite.
the
the
Shyamalan
complete
film.
opposite of what we're talking
I was really confused why you guys had
I
such
was so
strong
sarcastic
opinions.
when I said that.
about. Ryan, you said
Oh, now you're trying to sound like
You
Trump.
said somebody, I think it was Tommy, was talking about the release of the animated series on Netflix, and then you said something like, "Have you even seen the movie?" And then Tommy said, "Like, no, I haven't." And you said, "Like, oh, it's pretty good. You should watch it." You said that,
Dude, I was being
said
so
that.
sarcastic. No. Why would anyone like that movie?
It was a piece of
No
shit.
one would like that movie.
They call him Ong. Why do they call him Ong?
Exactly. It's like The Room. It's so fucking
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's good.
I think it literally has a Rotten Tomato rating of like 9%. I really do.
I still think the worst ever adaptation is the Dragon Ball Z one, which was so bad that it made the creator of Dragon Ball come out of retirement because he said that couldn't be the last thing that Dragon Ball was. And so he came out of retirement to make Super.
So in the end, everything was okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, other than Ryan enjoying a objectively horrible film,
fine, whatever.
You know, my after putting in the order for the sauna using my Trump bucks, I recently connected with a coworker of mine who just
also has a sauna.
No. He just started like not too long ago, and he had a whole like heartfelt post about how because he was still working and because there were so many other people more disenfranchised than him during this time that he donated his entire $1,200 to the Central Texas Food Bank. And just it just was just immediately like, why didn't you buy a sauna? Like,
why didn't you buy a sauna?
Do you not love yourself? Like, do you even care about yourself? You know, like.
Do you know how good your skin's gonna look when you go to that food bank to donate the leftovers after the sauna?
I gave him $50.
Your pores are gonna be so clear.
I gave him money. I gave the Central Texas Food Bank $50, but I also treated myself because that's what Donald Trump wants us to do. He gave us all 1,200 Trump bucks and said, "Go buy that VR headset you've been holding off on." You know?
Yeah.
Go buy yourself.
Stimulate the economy.
Go buy, not donate.
So do you think we're going to get another check?
I think so.
I think it's definitely going to happen.
Really?
I don't know if it's going to be as blatant as like just $1,200 to every single man, woman, and child. I don't think that can happen again. But I think that's going to be something for like waiters and like stuff. I think before that, we're probably going to see a federal pay increase for essential workers. I think like, because I would be so pissed if I was working at a fucking grocery store during all this shit.
Absolutely.
And just every asshole that I know is just sitting on the couch making more money than I am. That would be. There's no fucking way you could get me to work if that was the case. You can't call me. You can call me a hero as much as you fucking want, but there's no fucking way I'm showing up to work if that's the case.
Well, Mitt Romney suggest a $11 raise to everyone that's still working?
Yeah, and I think
$3 of that would come from the government, and then the rest would be covered by the corporation, and then there'd be some kind of like tax break or payback or something.
Well, if it's covered by the corporation, that's just going to encourage more layoffs.
Yeah.
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 What? That doesn't add up.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work, but I could see that. I could see something along those lines happening before another $1,200 check.
Yeah.
But
I want more Trump.
Yeah, I hope I get more Trump bucks. I'll buy another sauna.
Literally every other country is doing a better job at this.
Doesn't Canada, you get it every like $2,000 like every month?
Yeah,
something like that.
$2,000 every month.
God, that would be great. I'm telling you now, dude. Commune in like Nova Scotia, right? Just get it, like set up a huge house out there. Great, you know. Just do a David Koresh, but like Canada's not as militarized, so like you can get away with like fucking other people's wives.
Canada is a bunch of bullshit. You don't want to go there. It's just fake. It's just fake America.
What does that mean?
So I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to talk about this week.
Was one of them fuck Canada?
Yeah, one of them says fuck Canada, but I wanted to talk about the day of prayer in Georgia. How did that go? Did you guys enjoy your day of prayer?
Literally didn't know about it until I read like an hour after it was over on Reddit.
No, what now?
I didn't like someone mentioned it, but I didn't.
Brian Kemp declared the day that they opened up Georgia again a day of prayer. Like, say.
Ah, man, I didn't pray towards Salt Lake that day.
Yeah, so. That just feels so fucking weird.
I just see Davis completely submerged in salt, just like Torrance, Salt Lake. Just a bunch of plates around him. Absolutely.
I have to become closer to Salt Lake. God's in the bottom of Salt Lake. Didn't you know that?
Oh, is he?
Yeah. You can make a religion out of that. I got my next D&D campaign idea.
Oh, shit, dude. I would play the shit out of a Mormon campaign, bro. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what would happen, but I'd find a way to...
No taverns for me.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever
be
watched
ridiculed by your neighbors?
Have you ever watched the Book of Mormon, Davis? Like
The play?
the Matt and Trey thing.
Yeah, I thought it was actually funny.
I haven't seen it. Everybody that I know that saw it.
I still need to see it too.
I mean, it's just satire.
Yeah.
It doesn't offend me or anything.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I think that.
Thank you for having a reasonable response about that.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you're too, like everything's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Can't laugh. at
the
yourself.
Mormon Church was advertising in the Broadway pamphlets for it. So
Yeah, I think they did. They're like they
That's
said
pretty
something like,
funny.
"Yeah, you saw the play and I read the book," and I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah,
That's great.
Jesus.
but
I think I was supposed to see that, but I wasn't able to go. What else is on your list, Hunter? I
I wrote down one more thing, but it's not necessary that we talk about it.
well, now you have my curiosity.
I wrote down that
No.
during the quarantine, with all the gyms being closed and shit, I've been trying to be proactive about still working out at home, and
Yeah.
been trying to find different ways to work out at home. I've got a kettlebell set, and I bought a jump rope, just kind of like a bullshit. I should just start jump roping. And then I started looking into like workouts I could do online with the jump rope. And there's a whole massive community on YouTube for jump rope, for like grown
Really?
men jump roping. And it's called the Jump Rope Dudes, the JRDs.
All right.
And it's just these
Okay.
fucking stone crusted, like 8-pack abs. You can get 8-pack too. And then there's just these big men just jump roping. It just kind of blows my mind that every single one of their videos has like 2 million views, and it's just them just jump rope.
How many of those views is just like women and gay men just watching these chiseled
Yeah,
men?
I mean, they're chiseled. They're chiseled and they're just jumping around. Like, every single workout is just like, this is how you get this body. And then it's just them.
So are you doing it?
Yeah.
Are you part
I'm
of
working-
the? Are you a JRD
I'm
now?
officially a JRD. This is a JRD household. Carissa, I tell her every single day that she knows a JRD and she needs to jump rope at least 30 minutes a day, recommended by the JRDs themselves. And I mean, we're jumping rope, dude. We're skipping, you know.
How
Wait, hold
hairy
on.
Can a jump rope be?
Well, since I started my
yeah.
JRD journey, I have now bought 3 different jump ropes. So
Oh God, no! Hunter's just got sucked into multi-level
yeah,
marketing.
I am officially a JRD. So, but no, I bought a weighted jump rope, which is a 1-pound jump rope, and then I bought.
Oh,
Okay.
I had.
it's like a whip now.
Yeah, dude, and that shit is fucking. It's like solid steel. Like it's hard as shit to fucking use.
What if it hits you in the
Dude,
ankle?
I've hit my toes with it, and I've thought I've broken my toes. But you just got to jump better, dude. As the JRDs always say, you just got to keep jumping. You know. So, and then I've
I
got
always keep
Keep
jumping.
jumping.
I've got my regular jump rope, the one that I originally bought that started my journey towards being a JRD, and then I have a boxer's like fast rope, which is like really tiny, and you can like do crazy tricks with it and shit. So I've been doing tricks.
Like
and,
jump through it.
yeah, you can jump through it.
Whoa! Just like the really shitty kids.
So I'm thinking about starting my own YouTube channel in direct competition to the JRDs, and I was wondering if all of you guys wanted to join me. And we could all.
Well,
Possibly.
What's the name going to be? Because that's a deal breaker.
Guys,
I was
all right, it's a
thinking,
$25 buy-in, but if you get 5 other people to sign up for the JRD,
I was thinking DRJs.
And then eventually, like, you won't have to be doing the sales anymore because
Yeah.
they're just buying stuff from
Because you're just selling to them.
yeah, be your own boss.
Oh shit, Davis! Oh no, I thought he had a jump rope. Davis, I thought you just grabbed a jump rope and you were about to start jump roping, and then you were going to be like,
No.
"I'm also a JRD."
Hang on, I can't see the.
So wait, Hunter, are
Wait,
you
my
the first?
flashlights in my phone.
Are you the first official Blood Nation JRD?
Yeah, dude, I'm the. Well, I mean, I can't personally say that. I don't know what Sioux Nation's been up to, but I'm
That's
sure most of
fair.
those guys are keeping it fit somehow. And you know, I found jump roping to be a great cardiovascular exercise that I can do in the comfort of my own home. So
Yo, are you reading the script right now, Hunter?
Not yet. Great way to stay in
What I
shape.
want, I want each video podcast from now on just a little bit of like fucking JRD merch to start appearing in Hunter's background.
they have it, and I've looked at it.
So the first thing I thought of with that, with especially the weighted jump rope, is that there's an apartment below me,
Oh,
and just if I start jump
No.
roping with a 1
Yeah, you
pound,
can't do it.
1 pound metal thing slinging the ground.
Yeah, and it'll tear up your floor too. You got to do it outside.
I thought the whole
Yeah.
point was doing it at home.
Yeah, out at home, outside.
Most homes have an outside.
Yeah, I do
That
it.
doesn't
I do it in my
count for
driveway,
that
dude.
home. I don't want people to see me. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Do you not have a garage?
No.
Oh, boo. Get a storage unit. Be weird.
Yeah, jump rope in your storage unit.
Be that weird dude that's always working out at your storage unit.
It's like a Nathan Fielder thing now, where he got the workout storage unit.
Oh, speaking of that, you know that book that guy wrote in that episode is a real book that you can buy?
Yeah, Eric bought it.
Is it like actual words in it, or is it just completely?
Eric bought it, and I read the first paragraph, and I couldn't stop laughing. It is terrible. There is no spell. It's a real book that you can buy. It's hilarious.
I hope that guy's made a bunch of stupid money on that book.
It's a really weird book, man. He really does talk about being friends with Steve Jobs.
What the fuck?
and like, there's like illustrations in there of his workouts, and they're just like poorly done in Microsoft Paint. Oh, it's
Is that
great.
the one that the ghostwriter wrote?
Yeah, the Ghostwriter, exactly.
Jesus.
He actually did it.
He actually did. It's a real thing, a real book that you can buy on
I
Amazon.
bet both of them have made at least $100,000 on that book.
Dude, they've done like there's a lot of merch from that show that you can like buy on Amazon and stuff. You know that like Summit Crossing sweatshirts
The
that he wore?
jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, the jacket. That's a real. There's a website.
You can buy those jackets. They're expensive too. They're like $200.
Jesus.
What was
Like
it?
a Supreme
We
jacket.
don't deny the Holocaust. Is that was like
The Holocaust happened.
Oh gosh.
That's a hot take, Hunter.
Well, along with that
Oh,
hot
that's-
take, I've also I've been enjoying some Berkshire CBD throughout this podcast, and I'm just going to go ahead and start off that Berkshire CBD is some of the best CBD you can buy. More on that later, but just to put it in your heads already, Berkshire CBD.
Yeah, Berkshire CBD.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But other than that, yeah, I'm a true JRD. Sauna's still on the way, and
Colin, can I read what I didn't realize Kalen was typing on the software we're using? Going back to the fear factor, contestants Claire and Bryn said they were proud to have drank donkey semen and urine. When asked if they would do it again, the Burnett twins told TMZ, "Probably, we are proud of what we did."
dude, those girls both
They
they
have-
have a video on Pornhub where they're both together.
Wait, is that like a thing?
I hope so.
If they're proud of drinking donkey cum on national television, yeah, they do.
Oh God. I started watching Z Nation because I've been kind of missing The Walking Dead a little bit, but The
Z-Nation.
Walking Dead's like kind of trash. So like,
How did that show turn so white
I don't know.
trash?
It went from like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing on television to like, oh God, this is literally just like a soap opera now.
Well, it's
but
because
there's like zombies.
you know, when The Walking Dead came out as a comic, the whole narrative of it, it was kind of the new thing where it's like humans are the real monsters. And that was
Right,
cool because
right.
it hadn't been done yet. And obviously the
Yeah.
show's still trying to do it, but it's like to a point, it's like we're sick of every new person we meet
Right.
having some over convoluted betrayal plot to us. It's like, can we just shoot zombies sometimes?
Yeah, there's actually I showed Ryan it. There's a great YouTube channel called Your Movie Sucks. I think it's .com, and he does a review on the first and second season of Walking Dead, and like there's a reason why the quality and why it went downhill so quickly.
Yeah, when they get
Like watch it, it'll genuinely piss you
when they get
off.
stuck on Herschel's
I'm already
farm,
mad
it
about
just,
that.
it just goes downhill. Herschel's farm is
Dude, yeah.
Herschel's Farm, you die. The show died there. You can't.
Yeah.
Nothing leaves Herschel's
But literally,
Farm.
the first season was like some of the best television I've ever watched.
Yeah, no, there was this guy that was talking about it, and like they even wanted to do because they got rid of the director after the first season. They canned the director of Shawshank Redemption for some nobody that did some like cheesy ass like terrible '90s cop show. And this dude was talking about how the Shawshank director, Verbond, I think his name is, wanted to like. You remember the scene where Rick's in the tank, and he gets like the grenade and all that. There was plans to do a prequel to the first season. And it would be that zombie,
The soldier.
like, alive, and then go through it, and he ends up dying at the end in the tank. And that would have been, like, a really cool, like, prequel flashback to, like, what was actually happening.
Here's a fun detail for you. You know, Abrams tanks don't have a hatch on the bottom of them.
Oh, do they?
Oh, I mean, if you drive over a landmine, what do you think's going to happen?
That's fair.
Yeah, so Rick would have died there. There's no escape hatch underneath tanks.
That's pretty funny.
You're
Just fun
gonna
fact.
poke holes in this?
Also, his ears would have exploded.
What?
His ears would have exploded from
Oh,
shooting that
firing
gun.
a 357?
Absolutely.
Like, do you know how loud guns are in real life? You fired that thing, oh man,
Inside of tank.
it would have killed you. Is what it
Oh,
feels like.
Killed you.
Yeah, probably would have made your brain explode.
But it's a show about zombies. Who cares? You know?
Yeah, that's fair. No, but Z Nation's kind of like how like Evil Dead is, to like it's kind of like a little bit more campy. This it's basically AMC did they did do Breaking Bad, did Walking Dead. This is the Sci-Fi channel mixed with Asylum making The Walking Dead. And it's fucking hilarious. The acting is so terrible, but I don't know. I'm into it. So outside of that, really nothing. Just editing, chilling, streaming, vibing, waiting on my fucking desk. Dabbing.
Yeah.
Watching a lot of YouTube.
I watched a couple of these jump rope videos.
The JRDs.
Yeah, and all of them have been shirtless, and all of them have
They're like oiled up.
very suspiciously low cut pants.
Oh yeah.
So you can see
Yeah,
the
you
V.
got that dick root.
Yeah.
So dick root.
So literally, they're just making softcore porn.
Pretty much.
Is
And
essentially what
they're
doing.
selling like a literally like the jump rope that they always advertise is like $120, and they are 100% either they own the company that makes that jump rope or they are heavily invested in that company because they're hawking it hard. And if you go to the website, that they're literally on the front page. And every review I've read about that jump rope says it's a piece of shit, and it should cost maybe $15.
Oh, I forced Kalen to watch. He didn't watch all of Tiger King, but I think I forced him to watch 4 episodes of it this week.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
never gonna financially recover from this. Favorite
I'm surprised how fast that came up.
It's a reason it exploded as a meme. It happened to like the first 20 minutes of the. No, that was the second episode. Yeah, because what's his name got his arm torn off.
Her.
Yeah. I was surprised.
It's a he, Davis.
I was surprised at how much they showed of that. I mean, of course they blurred it all, but you could definitely tell there was some damage done.
I can't believe they showed the like live reaction of that dude killing himself.
Whoa!
Wow! Spoilers, Hunter.
Oh, it's ruined.
What guy?
Yeah. There you go.
Of the male persuasion, probably.
Y'all can take a rain check. I'll give you a rain check. Arm got torn off.
Yeah. Now, before you hear it on the news, I just want to let you know one of my employees stuck their arm in a cage and got their arm ripped off.
Imagine having like your family in the lobby and he comes out there and says that shit, and you're like, well, I guess we're already here. We should get a rain track for tomorrow. Like,
he's like, y'all can stay or I can give you a rain check. All right. I'd honestly stay. I'd be like, this place is pretty hype.
I'd be like, dude, I'm so prepared for this.
I mean, I only got the Airbnb for one night, so I mean,
gotta get your money's worth.
Boo!
What's that?
Boo! Who's getting a call?
I bet it's Anthony. Is it Anthony? Yeah. Yeah.
hilarious.
Wait, is Anthony trying to join the call?
No, I bet he's trying to play Factorio.
Oh,
I've returned.
Wow.
So,
Boo.
the next thing you gotta watch, Kaylin, is the Chris Chan documentary.
I need to watch that.
I did watch an hour-long one, so I got kind of like a brief history on it. So I'm familiar with the eras.
The eras. How Chris historians divided.
All right, give me a chance to watch some of those this week, and maybe Hunter, and then next week we'll have like an entire podcast devoted to it.
Feels like
I'll write it down.
Advanced bullying.
Well, I have a lot to say about that because I feel both ways.
All right, here. We're going to explain a little bit.
We'll catch up.
Is it Chris Chan, like CHRIS?
So his name is Christian Weston Chandler, but
Christian
people call him
Weston
Chris Chan, CHAN.
That's not his birth name, mind you.
No. I mean, just type in Christian Weston Chandler, Sonichu.
I don't think that there's a week is enough for you to get what you need to get from this. Like seriously, it's been a month of hard research for me.
Like
Really?
honestly, Tommy, if we explain any of it now, it'll still be.
There's so much to talk about.
When you watch, okay, all right.
Well, let me get
well, I just want to give the viewers a chance if they wanted to watch
college
it.
Kids don't have to go to class. They're just diving into these rabbit holes.
Yeah. Oh, it is a hell of a rabbit hole.
So, Ryan, chime in as well. But essentially, the gist of it is there's this guy named Kristen Weston Chandler. He lives, where is it? Western Virginia. Isn't that what he always says?
Yeah, I think so.
And then he gives you his address and his phone number.
Yeah, just his home address.
What?
He's a high functioning
autistic.
I love when people put their home address on the internet.
Oh yeah, it's been bad.
But why are you drinking like the water you found like in a stagnant pool?
It's tropical flavored. Sponsored by Noon Energy.
Tropical
Noon hydration.
But also, I think that we should preface too that I realize that at this time that Chris is not Chris anymore. He's Christina. But up to the point that I've watched at this, he is still Chris. So while I'm referencing her, I'm going to refer to him as him because at the time that I've been watching this, he's still a him. He's still Chris.
That's fair.
All right, so essentially, he's
playing a dangerous game.
I know. That's why I'm trying to specify so no one gets mad because people get mad about this.
Talking about Christian it's a wild ride, but
it is. It's crazy.
He is a high-functioning autistic man who has been on the internet forever. He's in his 30s. It started in his late 20s.
It's like 34 or something.
It started in his mid 20s, and it's gone up to now. He just had an internet presence. He drew this fan comic. This is how it started. He drew a fan comic called Sonichu. Can you guess what two characters it is?
It's a Pikachu and Sonic.
Pikachu is his original, licensed, trademarked creation. And he loved him so much, he took Crayola magic marker mat. What do they call it?
No.
Crayola maker magic. It's like this clay, and he made a medallion of the head with a chain, and he wears it everywhere, even in public. And so,
you like what you like,
Back when that one forum, I think it was Something Awful. Isn't that it?
Are you talking about the Encyclopedia Dramatica?
No, but this is pre them.
Okay.
This is before they got involved.
4chan is when that's where they figured it out.
I think it was Something Awful found his comics first, and they're like, "Yo, look at this." And then it got to 4chan.
They were saying it was a picture. Someone posted a picture of him at that fucking game shop that he used to hang out with a lot, and people were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Oh no! It was the sign. It was his girlfriend's sign. Wasn't that it?
It was weird,
He
man.
He did something weird in public, and there was a discussion. No, okay, yeah, they were talking about weird people they've seen, and this one guy describes Christian, and everyone's like, "There's no way this guy's real."
Yeah.
So the guy got like picture evidence, and of course the internet dove into this deeper and found his website. And this is like early 2000s. You remember how like custom websites were back then?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
These color vomit, and he had his custom Sonichu comic, and he was an inserted character, and he's got superpowers. He thinks he's got heterochromia, which is when you have two different colored people, because that's like the anime trope. Like the interesting anime characters have one like red eye and a normal one, represents their duality, that kind of stuff. And so people started researching him, and it just spiraled out of control. He figured out that people knew about him, and then he thought he had a fan base, and he just...
Well, the funniest thing to me is like literally the first thing that happens when he first gets internet famous is everyone finds it, and they just start just drawing just the most grotesque versions of Sonichu and Rosechu and stuff and send it to him.
Oh, Rosechu. I forgot about that one.
Sonichu and Rosechu. They just send him fucking page after page. And you're thinking like, oh man, he's going to react to this awfully. And like, he's just like, whoa, this is awesome, man. He's like, the only thing I don't like though is like, why are you putting dicks all over Rosechu? He's like, I don't do that.
He hates gay people.
Okay, yeah, that's another holy shit.
So much.
He got mad because he's like, yeah, he's like, well, I can't say what you're saying. It was really bad.
The best one, the one that you can say that's funny. He's like, and I'm tired of you seeing all these pictures and drawing all these dicks.
You never say dick. You say ducks.
No,
you say duck.
Whisper it.
Yeah, he's terrified. So he's terrified of being accused as gay.
Absolutely. That's what he's most scared about.
He's scared of gay people. terrified
Jesus
of
Christ.
being accused as gay. He's a hardcore Christian, which is real funny because of how much he tells people they're going to burn in hell all the time.
Yeah.
And it really picks up. It is bullying. You know, I don't know where I stand on it. I'm an outside observer. You know,
Because at first it's been like an up and down ride for me. Where when I first saw Christian Chandler, I think in my head I was bullying him by looking it up, being like, "What a weird fucking guy," you know?
Yeah.
Like, look how fucking weird he is. And then I started watching all the YouTube videos and stuff, and it's like, I'm not saying he deserves it, but I've never seen someone who just keeps throwing like so much fuel in the fire over and over and over and over again. Like, honestly, it's just like it'd be so easy for him to just get off the internet, but he refuses to get off the internet.
He does for like 3 or 4 weeks,
but it comes down to like he really is like a shitty person. He's an absolute garbage human being. Like he's
just because you have a mental illness doesn't make you like a good person.
And that's the thing too, is he uses it as an excuse.
It's not as serious as he comes.
He'll do something terrible, and then he'll be like, "Well, sorry, I'm autistic."
Like when they assaulted the gameplace owner. Have you gotten to that part?
Yeah. That was crazy.
He gets criminal. He gets criminal assault charges. He's like, I have autism.
Yeah. Like, oh? But dude, and so here's the thing. Like, I think the reoccurring theme for Chris is he wants a girlfriend.
Oh,
like, he wants a girlfriend bad. He wants to find a girl that doesn't have a boyfriend. He hates all men too.
A boyfriend-free girl.
A boyfriend-free girl is what he's looking
that's
for.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and he hates all men, and he goes to like ridiculous like feats to try to get a girlfriend. Like, you go to Target and like set up a stand and stuff with like a sign saying "looking for boyfriend-free girl."
Boyfriend-free girl,
and then people at Target will be like, "You can't do that here," and then they'll call the cops. They're like, "No, I'm autistic. You can't kick me out."
And this journey to find a girlfriend, he calls it the love quest, and he sees it.
Wow.
What a sweetheart.
He sees the internet trolls and his lack of love as what causes all problems in his life, like when he burned his house down at one time. That was because of the love quest. Well, yeah, he keeps
falling for the trolls. Like, someone, it's so easy to fuck with him. Like, literally, someone will just like message him on Skype, be like, "Hey, I'm this hot girl," and he'll be like, "Oh shit, let me send you all these dick pics and a naked sex tapes to me." There was like a 30-minute long video on Pornhub of him having sex with a sex doll.
The Julie one.
A long one. Julie. Oh,
you see the pics though?
Dude, yeah, I got into it. I looked at sex tapes, I looked at naked photos, I looked at all the hentai comics that he made.
It bends at a 90 degrees.
Dude, and he has a very weird penis too. One of the weirdest looking wieners I've ever seen.
You see the picture where they photoshopped it into the Loch Ness Monster pic?
It's like,
all right. This is turning into bullying.
But that's the thing. That's the thing is what I'm saying is it's so hard. It's like the dude he just puts out so much shit out there, and it's like it'd be so easy for him to quit, and he should have quit such a long time ago. But it's his parents, man. They just let him. They should have told him to get off the internet like years and years and years ago.
I've definitely seen pictures of this guy. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, I've seen the real famous one.
But
what's his name?
So bad if he's just such a fucking dick.
Tommy, you've seen this one. I just linked it into the Zencaster. I think this was like pretty common on 4chan to post this picture.
Is this going to be appropriate if it pops up on my screen?
It is. It
is appropriate?
Yeah. That's him.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, there he is. There's the medallion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they had to start. One of the major subreddits banned posts about him because it was just like they thought it was like too easy. So
it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
It is. It's like seriously, if he wasn't such an asshole, like I would feel a lot worse. But he's just like he's just a dick. He's a fucking asshole, and he's super racist. He can get away with whatever he wants.
Dude, he's racist. He hates
it looks like he's definitely broken his
girlfriend for girls. He doesn't want to date a girl that's black. Like it's like, fuck, man. But I mean, there really is like legitimate bullying though. Like a
lot of it is a bit of bullying.
At the peak of like when I felt the most bad for him was just like when they started that troll group. It was like a group of like fake girls and stuff, and they would just get him to do the most ridiculous shit, like break his medallion up, shove it up his ass, and
I forgot about that.
Yeah, all the sex tapes and stuff came from that, and but it's like literally someone will do something awful to him, he'll start crying, and the next day he'll go back on and just fucking
You do it again.
do it again, same thing over and over and over again.
And then he's like, "Come meet me at like the Kroger parking lot. I will kill you. We'll settle this." And then he hulks out on a pillow to show his strength.
Yeah, dude, the curses are probably the best part.
Oh,
The cursey homie ha.
The curtsy homie ha. Yeah, that one's.
Excuse me.
If you're too much of a troll towards him, he will cast a curse on you.
Yeah, he does the Dragon Ball, like the Goku thing, and he's like, "You're cursed." See you in court.
All right.
Dude, there's so much to talk about. We'll do some research. One more small detail, just because I think it's hilarious. Chris Chan might be responsible for the first ever Let's Play ever on the internet.
I think I've heard about that.
He has created the Let's Play. Isn't that crazy?
I remember.
Yeah, because didn't he used to like record like a tube TV or something like that?
He'd do like Animal Crossing, and he would do voiceovers of Animal Crossing before Let's Play even existed on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's a visionary.
Yeah, visionary.
Truly meant for the internet.
I wanna meet him. I mean, we know where
if I saw him in public, I would get a picture of him and be like, "I need to talk to you."
We know where he lives.
We do. We know where he lives. Yeah, apparently, he still lives in that house too.
I have his phone number.
Yeah, we do. We have his phone number.
Have you tried calling it, David?
Get him in here.
His mom starts screaming at you.
Should we call him right now?
Get him in the stream. Dude,
I would totally be down to get freaking Christina on this podcast for one episode. But I'm sure she's gotten so many requests to be on podcasts and shit. But yeah, we could talk about this all night, but we should probably move on.
Maybe one of these weeks, whoever's interested in the group, we can have like a special podcast just about Chris Chan, and we'll just delve into it for like an hour.
There's so much material; it's insane.
So much. There's such a timeline that we just go over.
There you go. First bonus episode podcast, Chris Chan cast. Easy.
The saga. It is, man.
So much, man. There's just so much stuff.
It's like Homer's Iliad.
We barely scratched the surface of everything.
There's honestly,
just so much stuff, dude.
Like, if there's one thing of humanity deserves at the end of time, I hope it's a documentary.
Yeah. On Christian Weston Chandler.
Aliens need to know.
Dude, fucking Liquid Chris, though, that was probably my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that guy, because he wasn't doing anything too bad, but just like his fucking portrayal of Chris was just on point.
Tommy, you know anything about Metal Gear?
No, I've never played a Metal Gear.
You know how the main character is called Solid Snake?
Yeah.
Well, his twin brother antagonist bad guy is called Liquid Snake, and so there's this one guy that calls himself Liquid Chris, and he adopts the persona, and Chris thinks that he's stealing his identity.
Dude, we can't get into this because there's just so much to talk about.
There's a pickle guy.
Oh god!
All right, enough. Okay.
The guy that
we have to move on.
Get stuff overseas.
We have to move on.
And then
all right. Okay, we're moving on. The weeks have been done.
Buzzkill.
Oh yeah, fuck me, right? I'm the mediator. You respect me.
I bet you could honestly.
Okay, did anyone?
I bet you could put something together for like a Chris Chan documentary and tip it to Netflix. I feel like they would buy it right now.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're going to get blasted with that. This is just bullying.
I mean, that's
like all the other.
Like everyone that worked on Tiger King is being sued right now. They literally
have a show. They literally have a show that caused like thousands of suicides. Oh, and they're like, you know what? We'll renew a season 2.
Is that season 13 Reasons one?
Yeah, they're on season 3 right now.
Yeah, so that if Netflix was like, hey, let's go with the humanitarian, I don't think they would have renewed the season that literally like hundreds of people killed themselves.
It's like commentary on bullying. That's not just bullying.
Yeah, why would that cause that? I've never seen an episode of 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, it was really fucked up at the end.
No, yeah, it's really fucked up.
I think that more the problem was people are saying, are you glorifying suicide?
Right.
I interpret it more as commentary and the teenage struggle, I guess.
Teenage angst.
Yeah, I mean a little bit of that, a little bit of like, yeah, all right, whatever. But like the struggles everyone had as a teenager going through high school,
Yeah.
and
But a lot of
that
people,
one's
yeah.
kind of a little more blown out and a little more, a little more,
Dramatic.
yeah, dramatized. But anyways,
Yeah. But so I doubt they'd give a shit. So I don't know. Netflix has some very interesting shows. But all right, did anyone see any good news articles or anything that they saw like this week that they're like, holy shit, what the fuck's that about?
For me, it was just Kim Jong.
Oh yeah.
I've been obsessed. I need to know. I don't think he's dead though.
You don't think so?
No, this has
you think
happened
he's in a
before.
vegetative state?
I think he was in critical condition, but I think he'll live.
Do you think
This
he
has happened
got
before where
coronavirus? Or do you think he
I don't
just
know.
had like
It sounds
a
like he
heart
was
attack
having.
from being too fat?
It said that it was a complication with heart surgery from his weight.
Could you imagine being that morbidly obese in a country that's literally eating bark to live?
I mean,
he's not morbidly obese. He's obese.
he is absolutely
Absolutely
morbidly
morbidly
Oh,
obese.
is it? Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah, dude. The guy
He's
looks
bowling
like the guy looks like yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty rough, and he's only like 37. Like it's rough. So yeah, but oh yeah, what's up?
Has anyone here played The Last of Us?
Oh no, yeah, I have.
Oh, I think Davis had mentioned. Are you talking about the leaks?
Yeah, the second game, basically the entire thing got leaked on YouTube and the internet.
Who was it? Was it you, Davis, that was telling us about that?
It was me. I'm really upset.
I haven't played The Last of Us. I know I understand it's one of the greatest games of all times, though.
I think it's a little overhyped, but the story was fantastic. I loved
I
it.
just wish it wasn't a PS exclusive.
It's
Right,
it's
right.
one of the few games where I've gotten emotional near the end of it. It was honestly really good.
So
And
did you read the leaks and everything? And
I watched them, and I'm just
okay.
because the
So
first game,
everyone's saying it sucks, right? They're saying it's not good.
It's really
Hold on. If we're gonna get into this, just spoiler.
Oh, we don't have to
Oh,
mention
yeah.
anything specifically.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
all I've heard, because I don't know anything about it. I just heard
Well-
it got leaked. But what, by like a disgruntled employee or something who wasn't
They
getting paid?
confirm that's not true.
Okay.
It sounds like it was some kind of third party, maybe an outside contractor, because they sometimes do that for video games and whatnot. But I mean, without getting into spoilers, essentially the first game was really good. The story was great, and it ended in a way that kind of felt complete. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel like it
There
needed
didn't need to be a
sequel.
second game.
And well, it felt like if there ever would be a second game, it would be soon after the first game. You know what I mean? But now in the second game, it seems like we've fast forwarded a lot. The two main characters are separated, and you're playing the one that you didn't play in the first game. And it just seems like they're doing the Star Wars. I mean, none of y'all are fans of the new Star Wars, right?
No.
They're pretty bad, right? They try
Yeah,
hard.
Terrible.
It's that new trend that people seem to be doing in games and movies where they subvert the audience's expectations by being dumb, apparently. You know?
Yeah, and just railroading everything.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, when Troy Baker, the guy who voice acted Joel, the main character from the first game, tells fans to go into the second game with an open mind, you know something's up.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
And I can see why, because it tries too hard to be shocky. The spoilers, at least if this is how the story's going to be, it looks like it's trying to be like traumatic, shocking. Like you didn't see this coming, did you? You know, and it's like, no, I didn't, because it makes no sense. And it just seems very unsatisfying and just dumb. And you play the character they give you for like half the game, and then you play as another character that you don't want to play as. It sounds like, yeah, and it's like, all right, so it's bad.
So do you think a third party was just like, holy shit, this game's terrible, like let's release this and just let everyone know?
That's what I'm not sure about, because if it's not somebody, because Naughty Dog, they've been hemorrhaging employees because people.
Well,
hate
that's
the work-
every developer.
They
though.
hate the working conditions. They're doing the Rockstar crunch
Yeah, dude.
culture.
Game dev
Hey,
culture
y'all,
is
we're a
horrible,
te-
dude. It's disgusting.
Yeah, we're a
it's
team,
toxic
so you're going to
as fuck.
stay 18 hours a day and work. It's like, no. They don't
Right.
pay them enough. They got the crunch culture, all that stuff, so they've just been losing talent.
It's the worst
And so-
development
Oh, yeah.
market to get into. It's like I knew two people in college that did like at UGA you could like pick a main focus at a certain point, and I know 2 of them that went the game dev route, and just both of them. I don't think either of them are working in the industry anymore because even after like 7 months, they were like, "All right, I sleep 3 hours a night. I can't do this anymore."
So
Well, not only that, but you're picking up where you're going, and if you, the chances of when you beat a game of you staying with that developer is super small. So that your next job, you might move across the entire country or move to a new country, just because that's where you work.
I applied at Blizzard, and it was the only company they gave me, like for developing jobs, like you'll typically get an assignment just to they can kind of sniff your butt a little bit and see like how much, if you actually know what you're doing. But it's typically like.
That's a weird way of putting it.
It's typically nothing too extreme. It's typically something you can get done in a matter of hours. But Blizzard's...
That's how you do it,
yeah,
though, right?
And Blizzard sent me some shit that was like a full month worth of work. And they said, like, finished all this shit and then send it back to us and then maybe we'll give you a job. And it was like, I'm not working for... Like, it was insane. Yeah. It's like, here's a month worth of work to do if you want to work here. Like, fuck you. No, I'm not... I didn't even open it.
Yeah, I have a friend that works for Blizzard. He's in there. He draws weapons for World of Warcraft. I was going to bring him up. Yeah, and he had to do the same thing. They sent him a bunch of art stuff to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, you know him. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I was about to say. I only worked for his dad for like 6 years.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And I think didn't they like push up The Last of Us 2 now? Like it was supposed to come out later this year, and now it's coming out in like a month and a half or something.
Possibly, I'll have to check.
Yeah, I think they pushed
that's
up
the
the
one
release
thing about the game that like you could scrub like a few lines of dialogue, right? You could scrub a cutscene. You can't just make an entire new game.
No, it's already there's nothing they can do.
you have to scrap the entire
Naughty Dog
game.
actually they addressed it. They put a message out just saying like, we know it sucks that this got released, but just don't look at the stuff. That's all we can say.
Yeah, that's how you know it's like at this point. The thing is, it makes sense if it was like cutscenes or some side plot, but this is the main. This is the backbone of the game. All the motion capture, all the voice lines are done, so they're stuck with it. And it's like they would have made money before because people don't know, and but now that we've seen this, it's tanked. I don't know.
I hope this becomes a new trend to like after Fallout 76 terrible. If this is terrible, I hope it's the new trend of somebody leaking shit about a really terrible game that they're just trying to like get name brand recognition to get your money.
Dude, honestly, man, like I fuck it. Like I think it's great that it got if it really was that shitty, like I'm glad, like it'll save a lot of people $60.
Yeah, it saved me. Yeah. I was gonna get it because the first one was great, and I'm like, all right, maybe it'll not anymore.
But a lot of people were.
That's $60 more towards a sauna, Davis.
Think about
that.
There you
go.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that.
Dude, I can't fucking wait for that thing to show up.
What, so you pre-ordered it? What is that?
Dude, I didn't buy it because of this reason, but it's definitely not helping my situation. But Joe Rogan on his podcast has been doing nothing but saying like essentially that if you use a sauna for 30 minutes a day, as like you're cured from the coronavirus, and like literally every single sauna in the fucking world is sold out because of that. So I had to put $500 down for like a back order, and they told me that maybe they'll get more in stock in 4 to 6 weeks. So like,
dang it,
I mean, are you using the sauna that he recommended?
No, I bought the number one sauna of 2019. It won it, but whatever.
High roller over here.
Yeah, be proud of your sauna. Have pride.
That's quite the competition.
So if I Google best sauna of 2019, I'll know.
If you type in, I think hold on, let me type it in right now. Let's see.
Yeah, make sure you go to the sketchy website you sent us previously.
Best infrared sauna.
What is infrared?
How it heats.
Oh, what? That sounds not great.
No, see, I'm going to go ahead and say this. This is a public service announcement. If you want to buy an infrared sauna, you have to get something with low EMF. You have to make sure that it's been quality checked by like some Swedish radiation laboratory that handles all that.
It has to be below
the Swedish EMF standards. Because if you buy one of the cheap shitty ones that are like Chinese made with no testing whatsoever on Amazon, you're literally cooking yourself and you're probably going to get cancer.
So you're just making a tanning bed, but
Pretty
open
much.
air.
Like it's a horrible idea. Nobody. I don't know why Amazon thinks it's okay to sell that. Like it's literally like they're cooking people alive. But you have to drop some money on it. But you have to make sure you get one with the lowest EMF score and like an oxid. I don't know, some kind of fancy bullshit about it. But if you buy it,
Hunter, you're going to come back next week and you're just going to be super
Bronze.
tan. Just
radiation. I've just got that red face from that guy in Chernobyl that like peered over the fucking thing. I'm just bleeding.
What happened to the screen?
So, David, you're talking about emotional games. Now, I've talked to Tommy about this, and he still hasn't played it. And Tommy,
I need to. I'm sorry. Well, we'll play it together. That'll be our Let's Play. Oh my God! Imagine.
To the Moon. To the Moon is a great, quick game, 4 hours or so, and it is gloriously done. It is so beautiful, and it made me cry.
I actually haven't played it, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, they've same guy has come out with a couple more. I played. It was like an hour-long game, A Bird Story. Again, that was good. I enjoyed it, and very sad. I think I cried a little bit during it. And then there's a third one, Paradise something. Haven't played that yet. But, I mean, To the Moon is just glorious. I love it.
I cried during the ending of Walking Dead Season 1.
Nah, we're talking about video games. Get your shows out of here.
Yeah.
No, like the game.
Oh.
Like The Walking Dead, the
okay.
Telltale game.
Understandable. Forgive me.
Yeah, no, like legitimately, it was like 4 a.m, and I was legitimately like crying. Like I was just like ugly crying in my basement.
If you need a release, To the Moon will give it to you.
Okay. Yeah, you pervert.
And that's a type of game you can't like let's play. You need to be it. Put your headphones on, get the sound going, and be immersed in that game. You want to be in that.
You can't talk to people.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm sponsored by them.
Oh
yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
So where's our cut of the money?
Me too, man.
We haven't played it yet.
Wow.
You didn't read the.
All right. Well, I hope none of the video got fucked up because my laptop decided to freak the fuck out. But we should be good.
Here it goes.
Here it goes.
Here it comes.
I mean, theoretically, worst case scenario, it's only audio. Like, so. I mean,
it's a podcast.
Ew. Did you say vodcast?
No, yeah.
Podcast.
Oh, disgusting. All right. I actually had a question, and it's a little deep. Deeper.
Shit, here we go.
Oh.
Are we diving into the deep end?
Deeper than I thought it was. Kind of. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Oh my God! Can my screen stop fucking flashing?
I think, therefore, I am.
You're getting open. What was the most impactful celebrity death to you personally?
Probably Robin Williams for me.
Yeah.
I really liked him, and he was the first one that I ever really cared about. You know. He was a funny guy, and I don't know.
Yeah.
He genuinely made me laugh.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty how he killed
real
himself
sad
too.
Here. His situation, and then learning like, oh, you know, his life wasn't that good as he thought it would be. That's the one that got to me.
Yeah. What about you, Hunter? As you're mid-drink, because I just looked back at my camera.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you my worst celebrity death now, but I've actually thought a lot about. It's really going to affect me a lot when I don't know if you guys know who Joey Diaz is, but he's an older man and he's a really big guy, and I worry about him a lot because he's not the healthiest person.
Oh yeah.
But he's like one of my favorite human beings alive, and he's a comedian that's just like insane, and like his whole backstory is just insane, and
yeah, he's
just like a fucking pit bull of a human being, and he's literally like one of the funniest people alive. And he's just a really big guy. I've been really worried about him honestly during the fucking coronavirus shit because like he literally his podcast is just him smoking weed and like eating Twinkies and like he would die if he got it. There's no way. So
Jesus.
I worry about Joey, but I don't know. I guess like David.
Praise God, praise Weston,
Yeah.
praise Joey.
David Bowie was a pretty big one.
Oh yeah. David
Oh
Bowie.
yeah, oh yeah.
David
I
Bowie.
remember I was at Anthony's house when Michael Jackson died. It didn't mean shit to me, but I just remember Dave coming in and being like, "Hey, you guys know Michael Jackson died?" And we're like, "What?"
MJ.
No.
It happened on my sister's birthday too.
No.
No, I just doxed my sister. Oh God, she's dead.
Killed her.
Got him.
Killed her.
Oh fuck. Ryan, what about you?
Mac
Oh
Miller,
yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
Fuck yeah.
Only because it still like fucks with me because I listen to a lot of his music still, and he rapped about him dying a lot, so it's like
Yeah.
fucking crazy to hear him like rap about his mortality and stuff, and that's nuts.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kaylin, what about you?
That's an interesting question. I don't think I associate much with the celebrities.
Well, just famous person. It could be
they're
a scientist.
so
It could be an
separated
engineer.
from my personal life.
Right.
If I were to guess one, I think I'll go with Davis on this one. But really,
Wait,
that's-
Davis dying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin Williams.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll be
Oh,
upset too.
sorry. When you die, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a very good answer to this one. I think I would think about it a little bit more.
All right. All right.
But of course, if I have to think about it, then how impactful was
That's
it?
true.
He's getting too deep into his head. Give him the sedatives.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really connected with any of the deaths.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's fair. I mean, if you're not into it, you're
Mac
not
Miller
into it.
really was like that his whole album before he died that he put out, like you could just feel it in the, like you could feel the heroin in the music, like he was just so,
Oh, did
yeah,
he?
he died on fentanyl just like fucking everybody. Like it's what killed
Don't do
Accidental
fentanyl, kids.
it's what killed
Yeah, unless you're doing
Tom
Barotrauma,
Petty.
then you need it.
We need to play that again.
We do.
Yeah. Shit, I was gonna say something. Shit, Chester Bennington was another crazy one.
Yeah,
I always forget that he killed himself like 2 years ago.
yeah, him and Chris Cornell.
Yeah. Chris Cornell hurt. I think Anthony Bourdain, for me, like for real. Just because that's like I looked up to the dude, and that's what I wanted to make my like Twitch career was traveling around, trying new things, like being able to bring like hey guys, we're gonna go to like Asia for like a month and like do some shit. Like you guys want to go? And it's like fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just the thought of somebody that has the same ideas, the same mindset as me, that also has depression, who is like, I did all this stuff, and like it still didn't like bring me happiness, was kind of like, oh shit, like fuck, that's dark.
Yeah, I think there's two that I feel like could die any second now, and I wouldn't be surprised. One being Ric Flair. I like,
Yeah, yeah.
like as soon
absolutely.
as he's gone, I'm truly going to be upset about that because he's the fucking nature boy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't fucking love Ric Flair? And honestly, David Attenborough, when he dies, I'm going to be pretty
Ooh,
fucking upset
David
too.
Attenborough's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this guy literally is like close to death, and he's still screwing at people like we need to fucking care about the environment
Right.
Like, all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And like honestly, like nature documentaries suck if they don't have David Attenborough fucking narrating them.
Yeah. What's his name? Oh god, I'm hoping he's not already dead, right? The dude that played. Oh fuck, I'm gonna be upset if what's the guy that name? Is the
Put
guy
it
that
out.
played Gandalf dead?
No.
Ian
That
McKellen?
guy. Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen. Excuse me, dude. I'm gonna be. That's another one.
You don't even know his
Saruman's dead,
name,
or
and you're going to
Saruman's
be
dead.
upset when he dies.
Well, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm a little high. What do you want?
Yeah,
From
Christopher Lee, the actor for Saruman's dead.
me? Yeah. That's,
Which is the
you know
same
that
as Gandalf, right? Or it's not Dumbledore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Is it?
Everyone judge him. Yeah. No, I thought it was. I thought Ian
so.
McKellen.
The
Chris
original
Lee.
Dumbledore.
Count
No,
The original
Dumbledore was
Dumbledore
some other
died.
old guy that died like he died as soon
Yeah,
as
the other
first movie
dude
was
died,
over.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's not Dumbledore.
Yeah,
He played
fuck you, Caleb.
Saruman in Count Dooku.
I know
though.
Snape died.
Oh yeah, Alan Rickman. Yeah, Alan Rickman was the fucking goat, dude. It was funny because J.R. Tolkien actually wanted Christopher Lee to play Gandalf, but when they went to audition, they were just like,
You mean Peter Jackson?
everyone would. Wait, what? Oh no, like J.R.R. Tolkien wanted Christopher Lee because Christopher Lee was alive back then.
Yeah, he met him.
Yeah, I think J.R. Tolkien said that when, like,
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you mean.
Or
I
his
thought
son.
you meant Tolkien was there at the...
No.
I'm like, Tommy, he
no.
died in like the 70s.
No. But, like, I think he expressed to his son or something like that. His son had a big part of, like, with Peter Jackson in the movies. Do you think we'll ever get as good of a movie or production or adaptation as good as Lord of the Rings?
No.
Those movies,
Movie magic
they're
is dead.
They're divinely inspired. It's insane how, like, even today watching them, they're so
Because
good.
it was like they actually had to care.
It's
Like even there's such a drastic
Yeah.
difference even between like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit because like
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
CGI
Right.
garbage that like
I mean, in Return of the King, you got like dozens of guys dressed up as orcs, acting like orcs,
Oh, yeah.
moving like them, fighting guys in armor. And I'm sure if you're one of the Gondor soldiers and you see these orc guys coming at you get into it, Like,
Oh, yeah, I bet,
like
dude.
I'd love it. I feel like I was there. And then in The Hobbit, you have the no orcs. They're all CGI'd. And you're like, what are you doing, Peter? But I think it wasn't Peter's fault. Wasn't it like someone else was directing those movies and then he bailed out and they brought Peter in like near the end of it?
Probably.
I think that's what happened. And he had to salvage it.
I
But
bet
yeah.
he made a fuck ton of money, though.
He does. Yeah, he don't care. Yeah, Lord of the Rings was incredible. Just they made something like 10,000 miles of chainmail that went into armor,
Wow.
Jesus.
and people lost their fingerprints from making the chainmail because there's so much of it.
Kalen, why are you just sitting in the dark?
lost the
It's gotten dark over here.
Yeah, the sun's set, but I can't see in my backyard anymore.
Everyone judge him. Judge the dark.
Is it still
boy.
cold, Kalen? Is it still
Oh,
cold in
man.
the Midwest? Is it still Kalen? Is it
Kalen.
still cold in the
Yes.
Midwest?
No, it's like 70
That's
right
nice.
now.
It's like fucking 80 here. I was dying because Elizabeth had the heat on, and I was like, why is it so goddamn hot? And I looked over there, and it's fucking like 81
Why did they
degrees
do
in
that?
my house.
Why
And
did
I'm
they
like,
do that?
I'm already in a room with a space heater. So it's like 85 degrees in my room when I was recording earlier.
Yeah, it's 55 right now. It's gotten colder since it's.
That
I
seems
think it was
amazing.
80 or 95 degrees today. Dude, it gets so fucking hot here. It is. What time is it? I think
So your AC just
all
blasts
day, dude.
all
Costs a lot of
day.
money. It is 8:16 p.m. and it is 91 degrees.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. That's dry. Is it dry heat or is it humid?
It's definitely like less humid than Georgia, but it's still humid. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Still hot.
Hot is hot.
is hot.
No, but dry heat is so much. I can handle dry heat. I can't handle like
Yeah, dude,
like
dude,
humidity.
Houston is horrible. I don't know how fucking anybody lives there because it's more humid than Georgia, and it's also 117 degrees. I don't know who the fuck lives there, and it floods every week. Like it's just a dumb place to live.
Is it right on the Gulf? I actually don't.
I
know
don't think
the
it's right on the
Gulf.
Gulf, but I think there's so much concrete that there's like no like water can't drain into the ground, so it's just like. It's just a shit place, dude.
Christ.
Every time I've been to Houston, I'm just like, well, how the fuck does anybody do this? It's literally,
It is pretty close
yeah.
to the.
It's the
Gulf.
same feeling I had like in New Orleans, where like it just rains like barely, and there's fucking manhole covers like fucking spewing out of the street. Like, how the fuck does anybody is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a house here. I'm sure. Yeah. You fucking kidding me?
Go to Louisiana.
Dude, our Airbnb host in New Orleans, she told us that a football field of land, of livable land in New Orleans, was being consumed by swamp infiltration every 100 minutes. And they were saying, they were literally celebrating that fact because it had risen from 60 minutes to 100 minutes. It's like, what the fuck?
Like,
Dude, I
Jesus.
don't know how anybody, like, it's just fucking crazy, dude. That is a crazy place.
Louisiana is getting swallowed up.
Well, isn't Louisiana and Florida both supposed to disappear like in
Dude,
100 years or some
Yeah,
shit?
well,
We've got to
lose
get
Florida
everybody out of
about
fucking
1,000
Louisiana,
years ago.
dude. We just have to. We just have to let that be.
just let it sink into the
We
water.
have to. Like,
Return it to the earth.
Sacrifice it to the
somebody
old
has
gods.
to do something, dude. Those people are suffering. No one is happy
Take
there.
it.
When I did my internship in Baton Rouge, I'm not even kidding when I say this. I pulled up to my apartment complex the first time from Georgia in my car. I was moving into my apartment, and one of my neighbors was standing outside, and I was like, "Hey, I just moved to Baton Rouge. What do you think of it?" He was like, it's like a 4 out of 10. He literally said that to me. That was the first person that I'd interacted with in Baton Rouge, and he said it is a 4 out of 10. And it was. And that was generous. Shit.
Sorry, anybody
No,
that's
fuck
in
you.
Baton
Get
Rouge.
out of Baton Rouge.
I'm just imagining like Lost Civilization, like re-civilization, and they just find out like Atlantis is just like all speak Creole. There's something.
It's bad, dude.
They just
But a bunch of
Cajun seasoning. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
just so like thinking of like you think of like sea people as like really like royal and shit, but just imagining they come up with like a super Cajun accent, like the water boy. Something about that's just fuck. Yeah. Bonjour, land dweller.
Yeah, their accent is Cajun seasoning.
What do you mean?
That could be an interesting conversation about what the shittiest place was we've lived in.
That was hands down Louisiana. Hands down.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I haven't lived too many places. The barn wasn't great. The barn was definitely hit or miss.
Hey, I like the barn. That was so much character.
I like
The barn was better when you visited and you didn't live there and you didn't hear like nature like always knocking around
You
you.
lived in a barn?
So Hunter, this barn was literally like an old barn, and in the middle of it, they turned it into a house.
Wait,
so
inside
it was
the
just
barn?
like one bedroom. Yeah, inside the barn, and then the other half of the barn was literally just like straw all over the place. Like,
He literally just converted half a barn to a one-bedroom apartment.
but the rent was like $600 a month for the both of us. So we're like, yeah, let's do it. And
Did you
dude,
have
like,
air conditioning?
I had to drown so many mice.
Just hold them under.
I have drowned like easily like
God.
6 mice after living in that barn.
Why couldn't you do it a different way? Gee.
I don't know. I can't dent my counter because it's in the sink, so you just put a jar over it and let the water take it. I don't.
Have you ever felt
Imagine you holding this mouse with like tongs as you dunk it in like a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket?
where's the money, Lebowski?
It's the money, Lebowski.
That's pretty fucked up, dude.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, that's kind of
But-
disturbing.
You ever felt the life of an animal leave in your hands, Caleb?
You ever see the light leave
Absolutely.
an animal's eyes? But I hated them.
Dude,
I wanted to get a cat.
I hate living in Provo so much.
In,
Like,
in-
I'll talk,
In Utah?
no, I
What's the
hate it
worst
so much.
place is Salt Lake City, Utah. I've heard nothing but great things.
No, not Salt
I don't
Lake,
know what that
Provo.
is.
Provo's where my
I
college
thought your
is
college
at. I
was
hate
in
it so
Salt
much.
Lake. Is that
No,
the
that-
University of Utah?
BYU's. They're closer. They're about halfway between BYU and Salt Lake. But Salt Lake's great. A great city. But,
Corona.
man, Provo, yeah, it's got me. But Provo, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's a nice enough town, but it's in the middle. It's in the desert. It's hot. It's by the mountains, so you get this stuff called inversion, where cold air comes over the mountains and it lays on top of all the hot air that's polluted, so it can't leave. So it's just smog like California in the middle of
wow.
this valley. Air tastes like salt.
You're
Your
like
vehicle.
10
Huh?
minutes from Canada. How is it hot?
Have you looked at a
Utah?
map recently?
Utah? Caleb.
Caleb, type in American map and take a look at where Utah is.
I thought you were in Idaho.
No, that's the other BYU where they don't let you wear
Really?
shorts. I'm being serious.
I didn't know there were two BYUs.
Yeah, there
What-
are. There's BYU Idaho, which is where you go if you can't
And
get
that's
into
way more
BYU Provo.
hardcore.
Dude, it's like a fundamentalist
man.
nightmare over there. I don't understand.
so I
Women
was
can't wear
right.
pants. They wear dresses, and dudes
Wow.
can't wear shorts, and you can't wear flip flops.
Sounds like a fun college.
And everyone's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter because it's cold. It's in Idaho." I'm like, "Y'all crazy."
Jesus
You know,
Christ.
it's like, what are you talking about? That's like when people think about like the Mormons, they're like, "Oh, the polygamists down in Texas." That's what it feels like, but they're in Idaho. You know, it's like, what are y'all doing? It's like we already got a rep. We're trying to get over that, and y'all are making it worse.
I didn't even know that. I guess that's a lesson for anybody, any Mormons in the nation. Like, you got to study hard in high school. You got to get to the socially progressive BYU, so you don't end up with that shit BYU.
That's the thing. Like no one talks about it, but everyone knows if you're not good enough to go to Provo, you get shipped to Idaho if you decide to go to BYU. But here's the thing: if I didn't get into Provo, I'd just go to UGA. Yeah. You know, like whatever.
I got a couple of Mormons at UGA.
Yeah, it's like, who cares? Just go wherever. Don't go to Idaho.
But every Mormon I knew in high school went to BYU, except for your brother. Every single
exactly. It's a peer pressure thing. It happened to me too. I'm like, oh, my friends are going there. I'm Mormon, whatever.
For your what do you call it when you
mission?
Your trip, your mission. Does that, if you get bad grades, do you get shipped to like a worse country or
no? Where are you going to mission?
You're going to Myanmar.
In any way to BYU. Hey, well, I was on the border of Myanmar.
Oh yeah,
I went to Thailand.
Did you help smuggle?
You just
in
get like sent to
Rohingya?
North Korea for like 2 years.
Wait, Tommy, you first.
I said, so you did like get shipped to North Korea for like 2 years.
I mean, I'd go, honestly. That'd be cool.
That'd be
if I lived.
I think it'd be fun.
So Provo, and then it's like, take every Mormon, overbearing Mormon you went to high school with, and shove them all into a little town. Thousands of them. You know, BYU is like what? A population of 38,000 students, and they're all Mormons.
Jesus.
And most of them are Utah Mormons, which, you know, my family, we used to be hardcore Baptists. So I consider that normal. You know what I mean? Like, my mom was a Methodist, my dad was Baptist. And it's like we had life before being Mormons, you know what I mean? And like 95% of my friend group are like you guys, like non-Mormon people. So it's like whatever. But then I go to Utah.
Whoa, you gotta out us like that?
You don't know
I'm
my
calling
religion.
y'all out.
I don't like how you said
Joseph Smith.
Listen, you fuckers that aren't going anywhere after this is
join
over.
the faith. Remember, I'm giving y'all the chance. Join the faith before the purge happens. All right, I'm giving y'all an in. But
I thought that was Jehovah's Witness that had the population limit.
Do they?
Yeah, I met only like the first 15,000 people, like only the first 15,000 Jehovah's Witnesses get into heaven. And so there's like a running joke of why do you see them recruiting when like it just lessens their chance of getting into heaven.
I'll be honest, I thought Jehovah's Witnesses were Mormons.
There's 8.36 million Jehovah's.
It's got to be a lie.
Yeah.
What
do they think then?
Stabbing each other?
It's some kind of right.
I mean, this was hundreds of years ago when they think this happened, so it's probably based on populations from like centuries ago. I don't know.
Right. Well,
I'm not a theologist. I haven't read super.
Are all these Mormons at BYU? Or like, are they all?
Yes.
Like, I consider you very sociable, and I enjoy talking to you. Do they have social skills, or is it just like kids that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's plenty of out-of-state people who. I mean, I'm probably over-exaggerating.
No, I bet you're under-exaggerating.
So you're talking about like the Utah kids or like the.
Well, it depends. All right, I'm talking about like all the out-of-staters like myself, but then you get people who like, grew up in Utah. Yeah. They grew up, or I met a guy who was born and raised in Provo, and he went to Provo High, and then he goes to BYU Provo. I'm like, get out! Like, and
did you say you'd met some people that had literally never met somebody that wasn't Mormon?
Yeah, there was one guy when I went on my mission. You know, they had to ship me over to Thailand, and that was the worst 32-hour plane ride in my life.
Sounds horrible.
And because we had to go I'd go from Atlanta to Utah, then Utah to Cali, then Cali to Japan, then to China, then to Thailand. Well, you know, I met this guy, and you know, everyone talks about like the Mormon circle where all the Mormons hang out. Well, this guy was from like a bubble I never knew existed. Like he's deep down the rabbit hole. He was like raised in this rural part of Utah, and he went to apparently a Mormon-only private school, which I didn't know existed. His whole town was like his. So in Mormon church, you have something called a ward. Your ward is like your home building. Everyone that lives in the area goes to that ward. You know what I mean? Right. So you say, "Oh, I'm from the Provo ward." It's like, "All right, well, I understand. You live in Provo, you go there." Or he's from the Ogden, which is another place in Utah. So everyone in this ward made up the whole town. And then this private Mormon school is all Mormons. This guy went to a private like Mormon high school. He didn't meet a non-Mormon until we got to Thailand. Or on the plane, but, like, it took that man 18 years of his life before he finally met someone that wasn't Mormon. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, how do you live
and
this way?
And his first introduction into society is literally just a bunch of transgender people. Yeah, you said a bunch of transgender
demons they were talking about.
Really, like, sexual.
I want to know what happened to him. I mean, he was a nice guy,
Did you say during the water festival you saw him get, like, sexually assaulted by...
My brother.
They're like, we've heard you talking, Davis. We're shutting this down.
What do you need, man? We're doing the podcast. Huh? Yeah, we're doing the podcast.
Davis, we're going to have to talk to you.
You need...
This is very unprofessional, Drew. Get out
hold
here.
that thought. Yeah, unprofessional. Yeah. So,
hey, Davis. So can you go to BYU if you're not Mormon?
Yeah, there's a couple. I don't know why, but
a couple.
You don't know what?
It's a pretty good school.
Oh, yeah, it's a great school. Honestly, like
that's like a prestigious school.
That's why I haven't transferred out, because that certificate and my DNA sequencing job I get there. I actually, I don't know if y'all know, I work in a DNA lab now at BYU with a company called Pacific Biotech.
Yeah, you caused right?
What?
Yeah.
You caused Corona?
Well, we're going to, the T-virus here played Resident Evil, but yeah.
You didn't even go on a mission trip. You worked out of that lab.
Honestly, it's it's going to help me a lot. But,
This Thailand trip was a cover.
It's all bad.
I was researching rare disease. I found that there. But no, that one guy, that one elder who was at the Mormon school, I remember I became something called a district leader, where I kind of had like leadership over some people in an area of Thailand. And he was another district leader. And we're having a meeting, and he crab walks into the room. And I'm like, who is this guy? And then I figure it out. I'm like, oh, that's him. That makes sense. And I'm like, dude, can you stand up, please? Like, can we get this meeting done? Like, imagine, Hunter, if you were in one of your programming meetings and the guy crab walks into the room, and you're like, all right, is this who I'm working with? I mean, real quirky, dude. But, okay, yeah, going back to the other story.
What the hell
Thailand,
is a crab walk?
Yeah, Thailand has...
The crab walk, where you, like, crab
the crab walk, man.
Okay.
No, when you, like, get on all fours backwards like that.
Oh, that's even worse. I thought the one was
doing
silly.
That. No, he was doing that one.
That's some grudge shit.
He was doing the grudge one, man.
Jesus Christ.
And he was, like, in his suit and his tie, and I'm like, what is going on? Well, so Thailand has a festival called Songkran, and back in the day, it was when the monks would bring out all the Buddha statues, like during the summer, and they'd wash the statues, wash the temples down, to make them clean. And the villagers would get involved, and somehow it evolved into the whole country has a week-long water festival. And honestly, it's pretty high.
Amazing.
No, it's amazing. Like, honestly, I saw people there they're people, the foreigners that fly in. Ryan and Tommy, all of y'all, I can see y'all like just having an amazing time there. Everything's cheap. Everyone's going nuts. You're on like the nicest beaches in the world, having a big old water fight,
We should definitely
for a week. It's amazing. Honestly,
that should be like a Twitch trip, dude. Absolutely.
I would be y'all's translator. It'd be so fun. But
yeah, easy.
The thing is, most of the foreigners go to like what's that place called?
Bangkok.
No, it's in Bangkok, but there's a certain plaza by like Thailand has these.
Good about yourself, Caitlin.
Thailand has these mega malls, like malls bigger than any mall I've ever seen in America. And there's this one real famous one. They got like a Ferrari dealership inside, and K-pop bands always come there. Yeah, it's really high tech. There's a plaza out there where they have the big one, and that's pretty safe. But us missionaries, especially the ones out in the boonies, you just kind of you rough it with the people out there, and
right.
You got to be careful during these water festivals. It's a lot of people moshing, and I'm out there. I'm 6'1", blonde hair, blue eyes. Like I put off light. I don't tan. I reflect it. And oh man, people they'll try to cop a feel and anywhere they can.
Ooh.
And I mean, some people may love it, but my poor greenie who couldn't speak Thai yet, I had to tell him like, all right, I'm like Cecil, you gotta be careful, man. Like those lady boys, they will get you. And I remember a crowd of them like swept through, and they got Cecil, and they started to track him away, and I had to pull him out of there. He's like, outer ridings, where are they leading me? I'm like, Cecil, like Cecil, come back, like, don't go. Get back over here.
We should take Anthony.
First they destroy him. No. Anthony.
I like that idea way more than the Gamer Girl idea.
This is like, all right, listen, humor and jokes aside, we would lose Anthony. Like, y'all seen The Hangover, right?
Yeah.
Remember how they talk about like Bangkok takes you? That happened to Anthony. We'd lose him. He'd be gone. Like they would take him. I don't know if he'd want to leave. He'd find him in some
Anthony in and Michelle's going to come out.
He'd find him in some alleyway. But yeah, man. I mean, people grab you in that festival and just try to kiss you and all kinds of stuff. But I mean, if you're prepared for it, it's whatever. You know.
I mean, I don't see a downside here.
Well,
Jesus. That's just rampant countrywide sexual assault, Kaylin. You can't exactly.
It is. I mean, you may be into it, but when you're just walking
I
down
don't
the
think this is
street,
the hill to die on, but
listen, the worst is when some old guy grabs your balls. All right, and I'm not going to say that happened to me, but I'm going to say I didn't appreciate it.
That's pretty cool.
Wasn't a fan.
Don't you feel more cultured because of that?
You know, I feel culturally enriched after that old guy.
I don't have that experience.
He cupped your balls, and he said, "Have you ever heard of JRD?"
No, 8 out of
Are you
8
trying
out
to
of
rope
10.
30 minutes a day?
I could feel it. So, yeah, you got to be careful during the water festival. It's just rampant sexual assault for the whole thing. But I mean, that's why some of the members would get their cars and like drive down the streets. You just get up, you know, those big blue water barrels that people get sometimes. You get 2 of those, fill them with water, you strap them in the back of a pickup truck, and you just take all your guns with you, and you drive through the street shooting people.
Water guns.
No, real guns.
Oh, yeah.
It's the purge.
I found out the best.
Specify that.
Davis and the Mormons just doing drive-bys in Thailand.
They told us to
out
kill
of Jehovah's. We call them J-Ho.
Trust me, you guys come to Thailand, I'll show you a good time. It's like, Davis, I don't think I want to go to Thailand anymore.
And
bandana.
And I found out the best weapon though was like a pasta pot. That was the best one because you could scoop up from they have water buckets all up and down the street so people can reload. Yeah. You scoop one of those things up in that saucepan, just destroy people. Like,
is this all drinkable water or is this like gray water?
Not at all. None of it's drinkable. You don't drink the tap water in Thailand. Everyone, a truck goes around and you have a water cooler and you refill your big old water bottles, but I'm sure it's just tap water he's giving us.
Really?
Okay, I was about to say, like, there's places that...
Yeah, you don't... I mean, some people do, but we didn't drink the tap water.
Where they were like, hey, you can, but, like...
Don't.
Fucking don't.
Yeah, I had to take a bunch of hardcore parasite pills that killed me for about 14 days when I came home.
Ooh,
Jesus!
Yeah,
wait, so you just kind of go there and just if I get parasites, I get parasites, and come back, and then you. But
like before you come home, you detox
flush.
essentially.
Oh God!
Yeah, I ate some gnarly stuff, man. But let me tell you, there's nothing as good as like questionable pork.
Pooping out a tapeworm. Yeah.
No. Nothing as good as like questionable meat on a stick over a barrel fire that some woman with 1 foot in the grave gives you for like 25 cents.
Do you think you ate people by accident? Sounds good. Dude, I watched a Vice story about them doing like a street food tour in, I think it was somewhere in Africa. But there was a dude that he got arrested like mid shooting. They like got video of him getting arrested because like somebody they were with was like, yeah, that was definitely people. Like, I've eaten people before, and that's what that tasted like. Like,
I ate some dog. I ate some cat. Ate a bunch of bugs. Ate a snake. Ate an alligator. What else did I eat?
I can honestly say I need a cat or a dog before I ever ate an insect.
Really? Yeah,
absolutely.
Insects. I did it just to try, and it's like there were some fried things that if you just imagined it was something
shrimp
else.
Weirded me out because they resemble insects so bad. You think I could handle a legitimate land bug?
There's like 2 Burger Kings in the whole country, and whenever I could get down to Bangkok and I was near it, I'd make the pilgrimage. You know,
just
like
to feel American.
Like I don't care. Yeah, like. I mean, you get hamburgers from.
I bet they laughed at you. I bet they were like,
you get
"This is a fucking white piece of shit."
Needs
his hamburger.
What? You leave America just to go to Burger King, huh?
I'm discriminated sometimes when I go to like a Burger King and all the Thai employees side eye me. I'm like, come on, y'all! I just want a burger. Like it's been a year, you know, or I just want some mac and cheese. They don't have that. Like mac and cheese, cereal, like good cereal, like Life.
Life? That's your number one good cereal?
Like, dude, Cinnamon Life is great.
Not even Raisin Bran?
Raisin Bran's good. But I don't know. What other American food?
It's like Chex Mix.
I don't even remember this at this point.
And so, in every town in Thailand, you have like the white foreigner population. Like, I mean, you all know it. You get these 60, 70-year-old guys who come to
buy
Thailand and get
objects,
some young, hot girlfriend. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they don't speak Thai, so the only social groups they have are the other old dudes that did the same thing. And they all.
That's greasy.
And one of them will always open up some kind of restaurant for the foreigners. And every now and then I'd go there, but I felt so bad because that's like the watering hole where all the gross white guys eat. And if I go in there, like cover my face, like I just want the burger, man. I'll take it to go.
Just meet him in the back alley and he's handing like a foil covered burger.
Listen, man, I will pay triple if you bring this to my house and tell no one.
I bet those are fun conversations between dudes that are just like buying women.
Yeah. Oh man. Honestly, some of the most disgusting
I couldn't
stuff
imagine.
I've heard in my life. Were, I'm not even talking to them. I'm just at a table nearby and hearing these guys talk about, their wives are all sitting at a table together because they all speak Thai.
Oh man, what do you think they're talking about?
And they're just like, yeah, and they hit on each other's wives. It's crazy.
I bet they fuck them too.
And they talk, and just the things they talk, I'm like, this is.
There's got to be like a commune in like China and in like all those places.
And what's funny is
rich.
that they don't realize, Davis, you can speak Thai, right?
Oh, a lot of people don't. I have some
so
people that are.
They're just calling you.
I wish this guy would buy me.
And then
Yeah. I've had people insult me and say all kinds of weird sexual stuff about me, and I heard it. And I'm just like, of course, like I can't help myself but look at them, and they're like, "Does he speak Thai? I don't know. Let's talk louder." It's like, okay. But I've had people so startled that I speak Thai that I'll go up to them and I'll ask them a question like, "Hey, man, you know who Jesus is?" He's like, "Oh," and in English, he'll say, "I don't speak English." It's like, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm speaking to you in Thai," and it just can't. They can't process it, and I have to I grab the guy's shoulders. I'm like, "Listen, I'm speaking Thai." He's like, "Oh."
Did you convert a lot of people?
All right. Huh. Yeah, I did. It was really fun.
I'm being genuine.
Fun.
Yeah, no, that's. So,
Yeah,
what was
the
success rate for you?
Was it like a 1 in?
I don't really know.
Do you feel like you made a difference there?
It's that I feel like I did, and even
was it worth the trip?
It was. It honestly opened my eyes. Just like everyone always talks about, go to another country to change your view, but honestly, it did make me more of a humble person, and it really made me appreciate just like new stuff. It's like their culture they had some cool stuff, and talking to people from another part of the world who are exactly the same as me and add me on PlayStation to play Battlefield when I get home. It's like. It's just really cool. Like the fact that everyone speaks a different language.
That is pretty cool.
So you could just say yes or no to this, but was conversion just like, hey, convert? And I said, all right, yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So, the Mormon church, we follow like most other Christian churches. We believe that someone's got to get baptized, You got to do some stuff before. You got to meet some requirements. You got to make sure you can live that lifestyle. And you get baptized when you feel ready. And that's what you consider a successful. You joined the church essentially. Like you can go and not be considered a member, but baptism is the door, so to speak.
Okay, that's the checkpoint.
Yeah,
the baptism gets you like the extra 5% on like your Papa John's reward card.
Yeah, we got those. We're partnered with Krispy Kreme, and for every 5 baptisms, you get a free dozen.
No, that's pretty good.
You're like
that's a good deal, man.
With it.
You get a little stamp.
I personally baptized 57 people.
That's a lot.
Damn.
And then their families came after, but I already left the area by that point.
So are there churches there?
Yeah, there's other Christian churches. I ran into Jehovah's Witnesses a lot, but it's really weird because they'd be like Jehovah's Witnesses from like Africa, and they can't speak Thai, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'm like,
yeah, but no, I mean, like if you convert someone to a Mormon, like what do you tell them? Like, this is where you go to practice your faith. Are there Mormon churches there?
Oh yeah.
Or is it more of a personal thing?
There's churches.
Okay, and who runs them?
As in,
like who? Are there a lot of Thai Mormons that run the churches, or are there people that come from other countries?
Yeah, it's Thai Mormons.
Run the churches?
Well, essentially, the way it works is like when they first. I mean, all countries have missionaries from the Mormon Church now, so it's like not this way anymore. But back in the day, these guys will enter and they'll convert people, but they'll run the show. They'll run each different ward essentially until members fill those leadership positions, and then they move on. And then those members teach other members, and it just stays for generations. So that's how it is. There's buildings and all leadership's Thai.
Okay. And then, like, are you working for those churches when you go there?
Yeah, the way it works, I mean, I didn't get paid for any of it. It's like a service.
Well, I understand. Yeah, not working, but that's where you're the organization. You're doing
Yeah,
the thing.
so when you get sent on a mission, they tell you where to go. You go to the MTC, you get taught the language. You go out with a group, and the way a mission works is it's a 2-year long thing if you're a dude, year and a half if you're a girl, but they're probably going to up that to 2 years if you want.
Why is it shorter for women?
I don't know actually. I know there's a reason, but they're changing it so that women can stay as long as the dudes if they want. And where was I? Yeah, you go there. You have a mission president. It's never someone my age. It's always someone like way older who's had experience being a church leader, and they run the whole show. They work with leaders of the different churches there. They work with government officials and everything, and they'll assign you a companion, and you get assigned to an area. And the country's divided up into a lot of areas and all these areas are in different zones, and then all those zones make up the entire country. And so you have missionaries who are zone leaders who oversee all the district leaders who oversee everyone that's in their district or part of the country. I only ever got up to district leader. I never got zone leader. And then you got the assistants of the president who are like way higher up. I never got to that.
Sorry.
I didn't care. Because if you're an AP or assistant to the president, you get shipped to Bangkok and you just do administrative stuff. And if you're a zone leader, you're constantly traveling around doing administrative stuff. So I was a district leader, which meant I still got to like roam around and teach and explore Thailand, but got to tell people.
Would you ever live there?
That's pretty cool.
Thailand, I feel like I'd live in southern Thailand. It's beautiful beaches. It's cheap living. It's pretty safe. It's exotic, but I don't think I'd ever live any farther north than that. Definitely not Bangkok. It's too crowded, too dirty. It's a mega city. Could never live there. And then north of that is just, the boonies, unless you go to a city called Chiang Mai, which is in west Thailand. But I mean, I could live there for like an extended period. But
if you retired in South
fun
Thailand,
too.
how much money do you think you would need to live for the rest of your life?
Nothing. I spent. Let's think about it. I went to Thailand with about $1,000 in my wallet, and it turned into. So do some math here, someone. I took about $1,000, and it became about 38,000 Thai baht. And the average meal I ever ate was 25 baht.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
Sometimes 30 if I got the special, which means they take it and they double it. I got the special a lot because I mean, come on, I'm a big American boy.
But
Nothing, man. Utilities and stuff. I mean, I couldn't assign a proper number to it. I'd have to do some research, but honestly,
But if you took like $10,000, that would last you like 5 years.
yeah, and if you were on some kind of pension or Social Security, you'd be set for
Interesting.
life. You'd live like a king.
Wait, that
over there.
seems. Did I just do my math wrong? Because that
I mean,
seems.
it's 38 times the dollar.
would
The
you
dollar's
enjoy
38
yourself,
times.
or would you like be denied things?
Oh, you'd enjoy yourself. Honestly, they do love foreigners. And I mean, especially if you could speak the language, you could do so much
Can you
more.
still buy all the
There's
luxuries you
plenty
want,
of,
or is it like? Yeah.
Yes, you can. Everyone who goes to college, like if you go to college as a Thai person, you will learn English. Maybe not fluent or
Yeah.
proficient, but enough. And especially in Bangkok, all the malls, all the big places, like if you go to like a H&M, they have H&M or a car dealership, like anything, they'll have someone that speaks English. Especially because the closer you get to the center of Bangkok, that's where all the embassies are, and they're upside down Blade Runner pyramid government building, which is absolutely insane. I had to go there to get my visa renewed, and it felt like I was on the Blade Runner set. They have whole, almost like towns in the city that. So Thai people, their buildings are their homes are different than ours. They don't really have carpets. They're real big into tiles, and they're real big into those like AC units on like a room-to-room basis. You know what I mean?
Or the window units.
Yeah, or like the
Yeah.
ones that you mount up on the wall and they like
Yeah,
use water to cool it. Well, they have like big old neighborhoods where all the families from businessmen or ambassadors live, and they're built like American homes. Centralized AC, carpets. It's like an American house, but transplanted into Thailand.
But you still
Yeah.
have stuff like your everyday needs, like.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
showers
you-
or-
Is there
like, you could
is there
buy
Amazon in Thailand?
anything you want.
Oh yeah, Amazon's
Good.
there. I almost built a gaming PC there because it's so cheap. Like
Chinese
you could get NVIDIA stuff out there for like half of what it is online. It's crazy. They love it. They love their PC gaming scene. They're also one of the cheapest and best countries for motorcycle construction because a lot of stuff comes from Thailand, and they know their motorbikes. But yeah, you go to the mall, you can buy Gucci clothes, you can get your iPads, you can get everything you need as long as you're in Bangkok. I mean, if you go out to the country, then nah.
Interesting.
You're gonna have to do Amazon and hope it gets to you.
Maybe that's my new plan. I'll just save up.
Yeah, honestly, if you retire,
I'll save up like
$100
$100,000 and then just live in Thailand for the rest of my life.
Something I think would be kind of cool is if you have a sailboat.
Davis, can I buy a sailboat in Thailand for you?
That's so much work, dude.
You can.
It's a fuck ton of work, but if you have solar on it and then you have a nice little desalination thing on it.
If you really want to get a nice sailboat, you might as well just get a yacht and pay a captain.
No,
say GTA.
Total. Like if you buy your own sailboat, that's like $150K or something.
$150K for a sail? That's probably a cheap sailboat.
You think?
Boats are expensive, dude.
I know. Okay. It's going to take more research than I'm going to lead on, but I'll take a look.
Look, I'm looking up sailboat listings.
I had a coworker.
All right, maybe I'm an idiot.
I had a coworker.
This one's asking $2,500.
I think like we're looking at like the 50-foot range if you want it to live on it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so maybe you're right.
I had a
Sorry, Hunter, what were
coworker
you saying?
that he found a houseboat on Craigslist for like $150,000, and he like talked to somebody about financing it for a house.
Jesus Christ. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
I'd like it for like maybe a season and then realize, I kind of just want.
It would be kind of dope to like stream on a houseboat like while in the ocean.
Yeah,
though.
you are
That'd
the
be kinda
captain.
Fucking cool.
Welcome
But like
back.
then all you have to do is have like some pirates just take like if pirates take over your boat like midstream.
They might.
You would definitely get on the
That makes
extra
a great
rails
offer.
for that.
Just
Somebody
get
like
your
triangulates. Yeah, somebody just triangulates the stars above you and like finds your
No, you
location.
just get your friends to dress up as pirates on the stage and everything.
Yeah, there you go. Just listen. You guys would do it for free if you guys had to like breach a boat, and then you get to kick the shit out of Captain Milne. People would do that for free, dude.
I'd do it. Tommy, I'd beat you up for nothing.
Thank you, Davis. That warms my heart.
Oh, look at this. The Oyster Marine 53. It's a 16-meter long, about 5-meter beam sailboat. Got a diesel engine, 1987.
That's nothing. You got that.
$149K. If I needed another, you could once we're like in our middle age, when we're like going to be
We'll pull
like
the money.
type of stuff. That's like within reason. Then like maybe another $50K of
Bold of you to assume I'm ever gonna have money in my life.
No, I'm right there with you, Caleb. We should buy that and then put like 1 or 2 saunas on it, and yeah.
Like that's totally livable. I could live on that.
Make it happen.
Just put some solar on it and then
Make it happen.
All right.
I'm trying to imagine a tan Kalen, and it's just nothing's coming back to me.
oh my god, half my supplies are going to be sunscreen.
Caleb just
yeah,
burned.
sunscreen.
Every band camp, Caleb just burned.
He's got fairer skin than I do, and he actually has to
He
leave his
just gets
house
freckly,
to go to
and then
a
he
job.
burns.
Yeah, I freckle. I don't. I get burned from the furnaces.
Is it art?
Thermal, but from the UV. and
Oh my
fire.
god! All right, guys. Well, this has been about 2 hours. I'm severely late for the stream, but fuck it. Thank you guys for watching. You guys can watch now. That's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I believe.
All right. Everybody hold
This
something
is
up to the camera that you want
But,
to represent. So this will cover slide. There it is.
Nebraska.
All right.
Hot sauce,
That's the
Caleb?
stream.
Why am
So
I?
that's-
Check us out on LinkedIn and
Check us out on LinkedIn, Pornhub, OnlyFans. Check out the Patreon. Check out the YouTube channel, The Brig. Check out the stream at Crash Carl with 2 H's and Captain Milne. And we'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Davis,
take it easy.
Say the go, go, go from the pyro.
Go, go, go.
I like it.
This is terrible. All right. See you guys.
Really big shout out to our Patreon supporters, KLSK1, Garrison Coley, True X23, Ziggy Storm, Senpai Gray, and Lieutenant Dan. Appreciate your support. We couldn't do this without you guys.